Okay.
Are we filming?
Yeah, we are now, but I realized I shouldn't crinkle this in my ear. I can cut this out. But
What are you doing?
I'm trying to get this crap off her face. Because now it's all smeared because I forgot about it. Seriously. I was like,
She is not prepared.
I'm not prepared. We had that kid today, man.
Oh, we did.
I don't know how you parents do it. I really don't. I'm like, Jesus.
Well,
I had him for 4 hours. I feel like I'm wiped. I'm wiped out.
Parenthood is exhausting. I've always said. I always told my girls, if you want to have babies, you can divide your life by it. You will have no money, no time, and no privacy. So if you can't handle it, if you ain't got the juice, then don't do it, because that's it.
Okay.
No money, no privacy, and no time.
Get those all shot.
But it's worth it.
My mom's a great mom.
Anyway, Wanda.
Here we go.
Or should we be saying Agnes?
I know, I'm so excited. Okay. And I'm Abby with Motor City Nerds, and this is me and my mom recapping Wandavision.
And didn't we say all along there was something with that Agnes?
Oh my god, it's so good. She's so good. Okay, so should we just get right into it?
Yeah.
Alright, so, okay, we're just going to get this out of the way real quick. Because even Mom was asking about this, why she woke up in her Halloween costume. And it's just to show you how quickly time is passing on the outside, because now we're in the late 2000s. And in the day before, we were 8 years prior. So it's just supposed to show how quickly time is going by. So it is only one day, but it's just supposed to show how rapidly time's going by. And so that's why she's still in her Halloween outfit. The brother's gone. He's out. And they bring it up a couple times in the show, but she's just like, don't worry about what that guy says. That ain't nobody. So that's off. But
Brother was weird anyway.
I know, that's not, I have something wrote down specifically.
Go ahead.
Because it's funny that you went to your little parenting rant. Because I have, kids are asking her to wake up. Are you going to get up? And then I have resting my eyes. Mom liked this joke.
Oh my God, I used to say that all the time. I'm resting my eyes. Or I tried to get them to go to sleep, right? Just rest your eyes. In other words.
Yeah, so the kids are like, get up,
leave
get up,
me
get
alone.
up. She don't want to get up. There's so much to get into that's funner, so it's just like, I mean, this stuff is important, but whatever.
Yeah,
so,
let's go to the big stuff.
Billy goes into how loud it is in his brain, and I think that's just supposed to show, like, his powers, he's starting to, like, hear everybody, and I'm thinking that that's been happening to Wanda this whole time. I think she's had these constant voices in her head, and I think that she's, because in a minute after Billy says how loud it is in his head, she says she's taking a quarantine break day for herself, and she's going to take time for myself eventually, which made me think, like, oh, do you hear them all the time too? Like, do you constantly have these people bombarding you when you're trying to control them? Because, I don't know, either way I thought that was...
But some of her control is going too. She's losing it. So, and that's confusing her. Why she's losing it, which... She even says that to the boys. I don't have all the answers anymore.
Yeah.
I'm not sure what's going on here.
But she should be in control, right? It's her own world.
You know, why can't I control this? Why can't I make it better? You know, I'm sorry, I don't have the answers.
So yeah, so then she says she's going to do she's going to take time for myself eventually. But that could also be, I'm constantly controlling this world, so I never take time to take care of myself. But it's like, to me, after hearing the kid say how loud it was in his head, I'm like, oh, is it like that for you all the time? Do you maybe not as bad, but whatever. So then we go into the Office style opening. But what I didn't realize the first time I watched it, because I was so geeked up, if you watched my reaction video I posted the other morning at 4 a.m., and I felt really bad because this is the first episode I haven't watched with Mom at first, and then
I didn't care.
I woke up immediately and we watched it. But she took a break and everything. It was great. So yeah, but it's all about Wanda. I didn't notice it was Wanda. And then, of course, with the reveal at the end, it's like, nope, it was never about Wanda.
It's Agnes.
I love Catherine Hahn.
Agnes. I loved the Office.
Opening?
Yeah.
The
the whole
Office.
thing. Well, I love The Office anyway, yeah. That's exactly what my work was like.
So it being like The Office, it's the mockumentary style. So now we're getting everybody's inner monologues, yep.
Right. So, and where you get where you know it's Agnes doing it all. What?
We're going to get to that, Will.
Oh, well, go ahead.
Yeah, we're staying in order.
Okay, stay in order.
I thought we were staying in order.
Go ahead.
But no, that's when we see, right after that is when we see her go get the milk, her power's glitching out, and we see the face on the back of the milk carton. Now we don't see the face, but we know a kid is missing.
We know a kid is missing, right.
I'm like, I said this to Mom, and we'll get into it more, but I was like, is this just supposed to be a flat, or like a call out to what's going to happen, or is this an actual missing kid? So, we don't know, but now
Because
the kids
remember,
are gone. Now the kids are gone after
the only
Halloween.
time you saw the kids was on Halloween,
And then with the crossing guard.
and the crossing guard, which
was
was
weird.
stopping
Yeah.
Vision from getting through. But prior to that, all you heard them saying, everything was for the children, for the children,
Rosemary's Baby.
for the children. It is Rosemary's Baby.
It's seriously
So,
Rosemary's Baby.
was it the town children, or was it
Just theirs.
Tommy and Billy?
No, we
needed
know
to
they're
have
important, but
those two are important.
Obviously, we have
it's for
other-
them. This is all for them. So it is kind of
yeah.
a Rosemary's Baby kind of thing.
And
But
then
anyway,
when you said that about the crossing guard, I never thought anything like nefarious about that until you said, "Well, that's weird that they have the kid, like there's kids," and I'm like, "Oh, yeah."
yeah, it's the
weird.
only time you've seen them.
Weird again.
Maybe they're all on the outskirt or something. I don't know. But
I think
anyway,
that she's just like keeping. Yeah, I think they're kind of just in a comatose state. I don't know, but anyway, then we get to. I just thought the milk carton was interesting. Then we get to Vision waking up at the circus, which is all of the sword agents and everybody. And that's when he, I thought it was funny calling Darcy the escape artist. That was cool. That was a little funny nod. And so they meet up. And eventually he zaps her out of her little confusion. And he's like, let's get out of here. And she's like, yep. And so they have a whole little office-style romp of stealing the truck and leaving. And so that's where we're at with Vision.
and telling Vision the truth.
Wait, we didn't get that. That comes up.
All right, go
Okay,
on.
we're gonna hit them all. Don't worry. I know we're really excited about this episode. Oh, then we get to Wanda talking to her kids, and she has no answers. And she's
Right.
like, "I know you're supposed to look to me for answers. I know you're supposed to look to me because I'm your mom." And she's like, "But I don't know nothing."
Which tells you she's starting to be confused. She's not sure what's really happening. Why doesn't she have the control? Why is everything blinking in and out? She's losing it somewhere.
Oh yeah, I thought honestly, just everybody's so great. I keep telling.
How do you
my
like
mom
the way
this.
your kids are looking at her like, she's got lobsters coming out of her ears or something? But
I do like
that's
those
what kids
kids.
do, yeah.
Those kids are cute though.
Go on.
But I did ask my mom. I was like,
Like,
"Is
yeah,
this-"
mom's losing it.
I was like, "Is this how it feels sometimes?" And my mom was like, "Yeah."
Yeah.
But yeah, so Wanda's not having a good day. And then I have again in my notes, Mom liked the Wanda jokes this episode. Well, that's when we get Wanda not giving a crap about anybody seeing her powers. She stopped caring. She does it in the town square in the Halloween episode. She chucks her brother 20 feet. Now in this episode, now we got Agnes walking in. Or should we call her Agatha? Now we got Agatha walking in. And Wanda don't care. She just magics open the door. And that's when Agnes comes in. And Catherine Hahn is still hilarious. And I died at that. She was one split end away from cutting her bangs line. Because I'm like, oh, we've all
Yeah, she
been
really liked that line.
because it's so true. Like when you're stuck at
She kept bringing it up. She laughed for 15 minutes.
I bleached my hair twice in the quarantine, Mom, just because I was like, I need to do something. I need to do something.
It was a good line.
But it was funny. And, but yeah, no, so we got Agnes walking in, and Wanda not caring about anybody seeing her powers. And then Wanda's just like, I don't care. I'm having a bad day. I don't care. And so that's when Agatha, says she's going to take the kids for the day.
And I think that's why she came over. This was all planned, of course. Well, we know it's all planned.
Right. So Agnes takes the kids for the day, and that's when we shoot back out to the real world, and that's when we find out about Operation Cataract. Now, I took Operation Cataract as a threatening thing.
A negative thing.
Negative, and because cataracts obviously impairs your vision, so I thought it was kind of a bad guy thing, but then my mom made a good point. And do you want to say what
did I say?
You thought about it as a positive. You were like, no, they have unimpaired vision right now. Literally.
Right,
So
right.
they're trying to fix
Vision's impaired. And
Literally, vision's impaired.
And
Not that
a cataract blurs that. So
Now, I do understand.
so it's not perfect. It's not a perfect initiative that he named it after because
Vision's already flawed.
right, there's
and we're
a flaw.
trying to fix him. So
That's how I took it anyway.
So it's like we got both sides of that, but then yeah. So I understand, and I like more with them talking about Hayward or seeing Hayward, the character, the main guy at Sword, and he's obviously Winston, stop chewing on Grogu.
Stop it.
Jesus, why do you have to do that everywhere you go?
Give me Grogu.
I'll take it. Okay, you
Take
sit with
him.
Grogu. You sit with Grogu.
All right.
Okay, now that we have that fixed, Winston, jeez. But, Hayward. And just, he's obviously shaken up from the snap. He's obviously has some PTSD. And I could totally see where we get, like, his Ultron movie kind of thoughts of we need to put a suit of armor around the world, like Tony Stark wanted to do, especially after something like that. So I don't know if he's a total bad guy. I don't know if he's just, I have trauma from this and I'm trying to do the right thing. We still don't know with him yet, but we're made to believe it's a negative. But she made that good point, and I was like, oh, maybe you're right.
And he's still after Vision.
And like I said, I have thought that they are going way too hard with the look over here, look over here, look over here at the bad agents, look at the bad agents, and they don't want us paying attention to something else. They're like doing sleight of hand with him. That's how I feel personally, but I couldn't.
Yeah, I'm sure. I'm still not sure, or what exactly is it that they want with Vision then?
Well, so I know some people that they thought they were trying to do an Ultron thing. Like I said, like they're trying.
Yeah,
but
yeah.
I'm like, no, but when, like I said, when.
But in his mind, it might be a good thing.
Yeah.
So.
Like either way, I think they're playing up too hard to go. I think this was just to get Monica to where she is, and this guy's not really a bad guy. He's just got some trauma from guess what? We went through some stuff, and we had to deal with the fallout.
Half the world Voldemorted out. Anyway, go ahead.
Oh yeah, this is when after we hear about Operation Cataract and everything, we pull up with Jimmy and Monica to what is Monica's team, and we find out that it's just a bunch of sword agents that were loyal to her mom, but they also say to her, which I really liked the line, was when they said, your mom wasn't the only one we were loyal to, and it's like, you've worked on your own merit. We also respect you, not just because you're your mother's daughter, which I thought was cool, and we'll get into all of that. Me and Mom were talking all about the Captain Marvel quotes. Mm-hmm. Then we cut back. We're with Vision and Darcy, and that is when Vision gets all the info. They just let him. Darcy doesn't BS with him, and
he takes that rather calmly, don't you think? That he died twice. I thought he did.
Well, yeah, that's supposed to. My mom said a really good line yesterday where she said, "Vision shows more humanity than any human."
On this show.
On anything.
He's the most human of them.
I feel like
all.
Even out of the Avengers, kind of. Like, they are flawed, and I love them all, but I'm like, oh, I never really thought of that the robot is the most human of all, like, of what you aspire to be as a human.
Right.
Out of all the humans, like mortals, whatever. And I'm like, oh my god, that's so telling, but okay. And once again, I'm shocked that I care about Vision this much, and I love Paul Bettany. But,
have we got to the director yet?
No, we're coming up on that in a minute. We're about to. But yeah, so Darcy tells Vision everything. And once again, yeah, he takes calmly that he died twice, and he still is putting Wanda ahead of himself. He's still and then they reiterate again, this was 2 weeks ago. So 2 weeks ago, she just had to kill me, and then rewind time, and then get killed again, and then get snapped back, and it's been years, and all this stuff, and that she's dealt with all that. And it's like, okay. And her brother and everything else, and all this trauma. And Vision learns it all. But they do it in a really good, quick way, even for the audience, to know, this is how much time has passed, it's been really fast, yada, yada, yada. Now we go to Wanda, back to the mockumentary, office, I'm just calling them the office interviews. And she's saying, why can't I fix it? Why can't I fix it? I don't know why I can't fix things. Why can't I do things? I don't know why this is happening. And then we hear someone from production say, do you think maybe this is what you deserve? And at first, when you first watch it, if you're like me, I thought that was her conscience. We find out that it's not her conscience.
No. Agnes.
But that is a very
She's
interesting
the one.
quote. Why would Agnes say that? Why would Agnes, unless you know you did something messed up, why would you say that to somebody? Unless I knew you already did something wrong. Do you think you deserve this?
You're not supposed to be saying that. So, and then what do you see? Here, I loved it. You see, it's Agnes asking her that. Yeah, you do. Doesn't she pull back?
Song.
You see her pull back when she's interviewing her with the thing over her head.
We hear that
when does she do this?
In the Agatha song, at the end. At first, when we see Wanda do that, it's just her, and then we don't know what happened, and we cut to the commercial. Remember, the voice is distorted, and we don't find out all the stuff until the Agatha song?
Right.
But yeah, no, Mom really liked that, so we're really
love that. So that would have been the part.
So when we get there,
right.
we're going to talk all
Agnes
about those
would
things.
have been.
But that's a very, like I said, so we don't know who says it at first. And that's a very interesting thing to say to somebody unless you know they did something to deserve something not good to happen. Give me Grogu. Winston's upset.
He ain't upset.
Okay, well, he's staring back at you like, who is this dingus in my mom's lap? But, oh, then we get to the Nexus commercial, which I thought, and I'm not making light of depression, because I realized in my reaction video, I'm like, oh my god, the depression video, or the depression commercial is so funny, and I'm like, no, it's not funny, but it's just honest, and it's like, deal with your problems, or not. Go and deal, or get past it, get through your trauma, or just live in your fake world, and then it's like, move on with your life, get depression again, and it's like, no, because that is life, it's hard, you go through it, and you go down, you go up, it happens again, no matter how many times you try to handle it, and it's like, you just gotta deal with life, or...
And that's what's happening to Wanda right now.
Or we don't have to deal with nothing, so now we're getting into like, and I like how the commercials have gotten more and more serious, and now we're hitting like a straight up depression medication, like... That's, so yeah, I thought that was interesting. And now we cut to Agnes talking to the kids at her house. And that's when Billy tells her, you're quiet. And she's like, what? And then he said, you're quiet inside, Agnes. And it's played off as like, you're stupid. And so you have no thoughts. But it's really, she's pulling some Snape, Voldemort, Dumbledore, occlumency on them, and she can keep people out. Or she's... above it.
She's controlling Wanda, so...
So either way, he don't hear her thoughts.
He can't get into her head.
It's like a Magneto helmet. But yeah, so that was really... And so she's chit-chatting with the kids, and this is when I was like, those babies are getting snatched, but I realized, rewatching with you, that she looks at both of them. Like, the other kid says, is mom going to be okay, or something? And she's like, yeah, what am I supposed to do? Tell some kids your mom's lost her mind? Like, she says something like that, but I think she was sizing them up. I think
that was the moment where she realized their powers had come into play.
Well, I think that she's realized that, and that she realized I might not be able to take them all on if they get any older. So, well, I think Agatha's got some strength, but either way, I think she's like, this is easier, and we need kids. We need kids. I can't let these
Or
kids
she's working on behalf of somebody.
Well, yeah.
Which is, that's why it's all for the children, for the children, for the children. It was those two.
Rosemary's Baby, everybody.
Right. It was those two it was all for. I don't know why. But that's what I think.
Okay, so then we get through
And then she's sending them down in that creepy basement and sending them away, so obviously
we don't even know
she's got a plan for those two kids.
Yeah.
And it don't look good, whatever it is, but...
So yeah, then we leave Agnes's house after their little conversation, and we got Monica Rambeau getting her powers, going through the barrier. And we're just going to skip right to it. Mom and I literally had just talked on tape in our videos about the Sam Jackson quote saying... it's saying about going up and meeting her Aunt Carol Danvers, Captain Marvel. You'll either have to build a spacecraft, which she did, or learn to glow like your aunt, which that's what she got. But I really liked how the spacecraft, that gets kicked out, and she's like, I can do this on my own. And she pushes through physically, and I really liked that she essentially dealt with her grief and trauma, and dealt with losing her mom, and dealt with coming back, and she had come to peace with that, with going through the barrier, and literally that's what Wanda's ignoring. And I know that her molecular level and blood was changed from being in contact with everything, but I really liked that. Quick, to the point, going through it, got the powers, here's how, perfect quotes that we were talking about, I got my powers, boom.
But how do you think she realized she could go through it? I think she
could feel it.
I think when she saw the space thing come out and look like a Ford 150 truck in the front that hit the barrier, she realized it changes you. It changed that. Now it looks like a truck. It changed me. Darcy said it changed me. And I know I can make it through that now.
Yep.
And I'm going.
And I think going through that, she really did. Oh my God.
He's fine. It's okay,
Winston.
All right, let's go.
You got a real tude tonight, bud. All right. So yeah, we got Photon. We got Monica Rambeau with her powers.
She figured it out.
I really liked her eyes. That was really cool.
I think when it got changed into a half a truck, that's what did it.
Really? That's interesting. I didn't notice.
Well, she looked at it and then she was like, I can do this.
Mom also noticed this too, is that now we go back to Vision and Darcy, and it ain't Wanda causing all the obstacles that Vision thinks. It's Agnes, Agatha. She's causing the obstacles. And it's like she don't want Vision to come and interfere with
Agnes
Wanda.
is running the show.
It's the Agatha show. Okay, so we're going to skip right to it. And I loved that they did it like this, that they went in, and like I said, I mean, not like I said, but I know a lot of people are upset about the runtime, but I feel like we got so much in this amount of time that I'm not unhappy with it. I'm not unhappy. I know a lot of people thought they were going to get a Fantastic Four reference, and we didn't, and it's okay. It's okay. We're still going to get Fantastic Four, everybody. Don't panic. It's fine. I think that they wanted the magnitude of Monica getting her powers to be a big deal, so they didn't want anybody else there to steal her thunder. And Monica doesn't waste any time. She goes straight to Wanda's house, doesn't knock on the door, walks straight in, and Wanda is pissed. Wanda's pissed and is not having it and is real upset. And
I think they run into each other on the front lawn, don't they?
No, Monica walks right in the house. And then Wanda's like, "What are you doing here?" And then Monica tries to say,
I thought she was coming out of her house.
No, she chucks her out of the house. And then Monica lands on the ground all
that's right.
hard
And
with
then
her
she comes out of the house. Okay.
And then Wanda sees her landing, and she's like, "Oh, something's up with you."
Yeah,
You got
with the
powers
blue
now.
eyes going.
But Wanda don't care. And like I said in my reaction video, I think Monica Rambeau can throw down, but she ain't ready for this life right now. She don't want this smoke with Wanda.
No. She don't want none of that right now.
Ready to go already. I don't think she wants none with her. And Wanda's, and honestly, Elizabeth Olsen, I really think does deserve, I think they all deserve to be nominated, but when she yelled, "All you do is lie," I was like, oh, I felt that. That was really well done. And she says, "All you do is lie," and then she thinks that they're doing everything, that they sent Pietro in. She's like, "Who's this fake guy?" And Monica the whole time is like, no, that wasn't us. We didn't do that, blah, blah, blah. And then Wanda says, and this was great, was when Monica said, "Hayward's going to burn this place to the ground." And like I said, I think they want us to think that, when really it's like, no, I know that you are showing sympathy for Wanda, Monica, and I know you want to do this, but it's like, I don't think you realize it. But when Monica says, "Hayward will burn this place to the ground," you won't. That's the difference here. He wants to paint you as the villain. And she says, "What if I already am?" And I was like, oh my God, this is so great. This is so awesome. And then we see who's peeking out their window is Agnes. And so she's watching the fight in the street. Oh, by the way, they're fighting right in front of people. We're package delivery guys and neighbors, and nobody's saying a word to these cosmic powers going on in the street. So they're about to throw
Because
down.
they already know, and they're already
I just want to
controlled.
make a point that, once again, Wanda does not care, and everybody knows that they are stuck in her world like the Twilight Zone kid. And she don't care about it. Well, what she thinks is her world right now. So then, in my favorite part, besides the song, Agnes comes to Wanda's side and is like, "You need to go." Go. And then Monica don't want none. She leaves. And she's like, "Come over to my house, sweetheart. I'm going to take care of you."
Yeah.
And that's when Wanda says, "Don't make me hurt you," to Monica. And I was just like, oh man, this is great. This is great. And then this is the final time we cut away before all the best parts of the episode. But then we go back to Vision, who's in the middle of his office type mockumentary interview and just realizes, I don't have to participate in this BS production. I can just go. Like, I can just leave. What am I doing here? Like,
Right.
I'm out.
I know it's all
So,
fake and being controlled.
He's like, what am I doing? And so he takes off his mic and then he dips out. So then after that, we don't see Vision again. Okay, let's go back. Now Wanda's going into Agnes's house. And when I knew we were going to get a reveal, but I was like, I love that their house looks just like ours and old.
Does not look like ours.
Yes, it does. That all the old timey stuff and like it being like dining rooms and the wood being
Oh,
done.
well,
It was an
yeah,
old house.
yeah.
was
It
an
does
old-
look like an old house. It
It
looks
is.
older on the inside than it does on the
yeah.
outside.
No, it's right, exactly.
Yeah.
So Wanda, I think that was the first tip off to Wanda. I think that's when she was like, wait, how come yours?
Kind of in a time
come
warp
our-
when you
well-
go through the door.
Well, that's what I mean. How come all my stuff's updating, but how come you're not updating? What's going on here? And I think that was her first tip off. And then she's looking around. Then we see the bug. Then she sees the food. Then she sees the TV. And she's like, where are my kids? Where are the kids? Agnes making tea. Where are my kids? They're probably in the basement playing. And then we go to the basement, everybody. And I know if you watch my reaction how excited I was to go to the basement. So you want to talk about the basement?
What? What about the basement?
Do we have anything to say whatsoever?
Well, we all.
No, we did talk about like the tonal shift from superheroes fighting in the street, Vision being funny, to straight up Silence of the Lambs, Creep Show,
Right.
Creep Fest, it
Creep
got
Show
creepy.
is right.
It got creepy and it felt creepy, and that's like that just speaks to how well done this show is. That it's like you can go from such a tonal shift like that and be like, no, I'm nervous. I'm nervous now.
And Wanda's off her game.
And you wanna know what I didn't
she's
know
off her game, and Agnes is on
And
hers.
thank you, Al, for telling me it was a cicada. Because I don't recognize cicadas unless they're half-eaten and or flopping around before their legs gone. Because my cat loves to hunt cicadas. Actually, she likes to leave them half alive, hopping around on the ground so she can torture them until they die. And it's disturbing. But yeah, so it's a cicada. I don't know if that means anything. But yeah, now we're in the basement. The basement is getting creepier and creepier and creepier. And Mom is like, gross, gross, gross. And the
It's
feeling...
like the tunnel to hell. That's what that basement is. There's something...
Then we get in
Yeah,
there. and
that
we got
basement's
bones.
evil, and it's going
Oh,
somewhere
and
evil.
we have a goat skull in the corner. And then we have the book with all the red power coming off of it. Now, I don't know if that's going to be like I said, I don't know if
Oh,
there's
book!
It's the Sanderson sisters the whole time. It's
No.
a Disney crossover. It's a Disney crossover event of Hocus Pocus and WandaVision put together. Hello, Winston. But yeah, so then we get to the... Oh my god, we get to the book, and honestly, I don't know if it's going to be... I don't know if that's power for somebody she's working with, or is... Because Wanda's powers are obviously shown in red. And they're obviously showing Agnes's with purple. But with red coming off of that book, am I sucking your energy out and using it in this book of power? Or does this book just have a red, scary hell glow because I'm working for the devil? Which we don't know. It might be Mephisto. I know that there are leaks. We're avoiding them. We're not going to talk about them. We're pretending like that's not a thing. I still say if we do get Mephisto or Nightmare, we ain't getting them for more than 20 seconds. I stand by that. I
don't know. Those kids don't belong to Vision, though. I'll tell you that. It is Rosemary's Baby.
All I'm saying is...
I don't know. I haven't read every single comic that ever... But I can figure that much out.
Well, I'm just saying... It's very... It's... I don't know. I just don't think that I don't think Marvel's stupid enough to go, yeah, here you go. This big Thanos-level bad guy... And or the bad guy that is going to be in our first movie release in theaters after Black Widow finally gets their junk together, because that's a whole other problem. But, so in Doctor Strange 2, it's been told that Nightmare is going to be the bad guy. And I'm like, why would you want us to see him before the movie? Right? You wouldn't want us to see him yet. And it's like, so, and then I'm like, with Mephisto, he's like a Thanos, not Thanos level, but like, he's a big bad guy. So I'm like...
So maybe that basement,
what I'm saying, let me just say this real quick, is that what I'm saying is I don't think if we do, I'm sure we're going to find out who Agatha's working for, but I don't think we're going to get him for very long. I don't think he's going to be a part of the final fight for Westview or whatever it is. Does that make sense? We might get...
I don't either. I think...
Okay,
I think Vision's going to... Oh, I agree with you.
Well, let us finish the episode, then you can say what we think, but I'm just saying...
All right, well, go on.
Okay, well, then we get to the Agatha reveal, which is fantastic. And Catherine Hahn is fantastic.
It is.
And it's awesome. And when she comes around the corner and is like, you thought you were the only magical girl in town? Oh, you were wrong, because I'm Agatha Harkness, and I really want her cat to turn into her rabbit to turn into the cat. And I understand why we had the rabbit before, but I'm like, no, I want the cat. Let's bring the cat. I want to see the cat. Give us Ebony the cat. Because I have a murdering cat, and I like murdering cat. Not murdering cats. I do not like to murder cats. I like cats who are murderous, because mine is a murderer. So I want to see the rabbit turn into her cat. And I really, the whole Agatha reveal is great. And then we immediately go into the song, and we find out everything. We find out she's in charge. It's a total flip on...
I have to say, wait a minute.
Okay, so you don't want to go in order.
Finding out she was in charge when she was doing the interview, though, when, we saw her behind the camera.
Sit back.
And she did the...
No, we're getting to that.
So, roll 'em, right? She's the director. She's the director of everything. She's the director of the show.
I don't know if we can hear you.
She's the director. I think you can hear me.
Oh, okay. But, okay, no, I was gonna...
Go ahead.
I wanted to go into detail about that because Mom was the one who noticed that.
Yeah, but I couldn't hold my thoughts anymore. I love that. Roll 'em. Well, I'm directing this. Roll 'em.
Well, here are the things in order in the song. She shows up to the house. She's in charge. It's the opposite of the intro, which is Wanda, Wanda, Wanda. And we find out, no, it's not Wanda, Wanda, Wanda. It's Agatha. It's all about Agatha this whole time. So we find out she did the whole fake conversation with Herb. And we think that was to keep Vision busy until Wanda could chuck Geraldine / Monica Rambeau
Get her out of there.
because
Get her out of town.
And
You're leaving Dodge.
So she makes the fake conversation with her happen. She wants to tie Vision up and keep him busy so that she can have Wanda doing what she needs her to do and have this interloper out. And then we find out that she did Pietro, and he's got the purple stuff behind him. And then, we found out that she faked her whole conversation with Vision on Halloween, and that she could stop everybody from moving and everybody from doing things because she stopped Vision, and then gets all ready in the mirror, puts it up, and then panics when she sees him, or she's putting on a glamour herself, or like if you understand what I'm trying to say there. And then we get to, she was the producer who asked Wanda the questions earlier in the episode, and she does the roll hums sign, and I was like, oh, that's pretty good, Mom. But then I remember I was running to the bathroom, and Mom said, so she's the producer of the entire thing. Like, literally. Like, she's the director, she's the producer, not just of...
She's the director.
Of everything.
She's doing it.
And so,
All
then
of
we
it.
harken back to the quote in episode 2 where she said, it's the star of the show to Wanda, because literally, Wanda's thinking that she's casting all these people in her show. No. Agatha cast Wanda in her show. Agatha cast this whole thing, this whole production, if you want to look at it like a movie set, is all Agatha's, and Wanda thought it was hers, and it's not.
Because remember, Wanda didn't know. She says all the time, well, I really don't know how this all started. I don't know how I got here. But believes, and maybe she is being allowed to control it to a certain extent. But Agatha's the director. Roll 'em.
It's great. And then,
I think are we done? Because I think what's going to happen is Vision, who can, get everybody to come back to normal with his
zappy hands.
his Spock thing going on. They come back to normal. They're in reality, and maybe he'll do that to Wanda. Maybe.
Oh, good call.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he could do that, because I really think that Vision's going to go home and she's going to play it off like nothing's wrong, and he's going to be the one that's like...
He's going to figure out, though...
There's something going on here.
Right. Darcy was able to tell him the truth because when he did his truth touch to her, she wasn't there long enough to have any of the pain that all the rest of them have absorbed. She doesn't have enough in her head, so she could
smart.
do it. But I think he's going to do that. I think he's going to figure it out and realize something ain't right here.
Now,
and get Wanda back to some kind of normal. And then they're going to fight. Then it's on. I bet.
I said this to Mom, that Vision is visibly bothered when Darcy says, I know that you're meant to be together and that you love each other. And he kind of looks around and he's like, because the truth is, controlling you is not love. Controlling someone's controlling someone. That's not loving somebody. And I think Vision, as much as he loves Wanda, is going to have a problem with that. I really, really do. I don't know what that was. I really think that is going to be an issue that Vision has by the end of this, where he's going to be like, I have a real problem with what you did to all these people, and I have a real problem with everything that's going on, and I think Vision might try to leave her. And I don't think Wanda's going to like that one bit, or he's going to say something she don't like, and she's going to do something crazy. I don't know. Something's going to happen with Vision, but I really do. I think that in that first trailer we got of the show ever, when he says, you can't hear him, is, let's fight for our home. He doesn't say, let's fight for our city, let's fight for our town. He says, let's fight for our home. And I think that his home is his kids and his wife, not this town, is what he means. And so I think that it will, in the end, it's going to be a big square-off battle. But I think at first it's going to be Wanda being controlled and Agatha versus Vision and Monica. And then eventually we'll get the zappy hands, I guess. You might be right there. I never thought of that, but yeah. And then
he's got the magic touch.
But I also want to say is like that's for the finale that I think is going to happen, and possibly, I don't know. And then I don't know if we'll get these kids back. I don't think we're going to get these kids back. I think that milk carton reference was a shout out to that. You ain't going to get these kids. They're going to stay missing.
Yeah, I don't know about that. Those kids are going somewhere bad, though. They're down that tunnel to hell, wherever they're going, and
they ain't there no more.
It's not good.
It's just one big chamber. and they ain't there.
Well, there's some tunnel. Didn't you see
No,
it?
she goes through the tunnel and ends up in a giant chamber full of baby bones and skulls and books.
Oh, I thought it still kept going.
No. It's just one big circle that she walks into. And Agatha comes around a ledge. It's like a circle with like pillars.
Well, they went somewhere.
Right, they ain't there. And that's why I'm like, this will tie into Doctor Strange.
Maybe it's a time warp.
Well, this is what I mean. They kept saying, and this is what me and Mom were talking about this yesterday. In Doctor Strange 2, they've already said that Wanda will be there, and that they're going to the Nightmare Realm. So I'm like, are the kids in the Nightmare Realm? Are we not going to get them back in this show? And Doctor Strange 2 will be about getting the kids back? Or is Wanda going to Rosemary's Baby this, totally agree that it's fine to have the devil's children, and go to the Nightmare Realm and be with her children? I don't know. I'm like I said, there's just a lot of ways they can go about this without, and it depends on if they're going to make Wanda a bad guy, if they're going to make her back. I don't think that Wanda will make a full flip to evil yet. I don't think that'll happen, but...
I think she's under some kind of control still.
No, I know, but you have to be okay with doing that to sign away your life and control people. Do you get what I'm saying? To know that you're hurting a whole town of people, to know that you're hurting 3,000 people and not care, there's something wrong with you. You're not the good guy. But this is what I mean. Rosemary's Baby. She agrees at the end. She agrees to raising the devil's spawn. It has its father's eyes. And they said, what? She goes,
well, we'll see if she agrees.
Well,
we don't know that.
I'm just saying. That's what Rosemary says. She goes, what do I do? And they say, be a mother to it. And that's how it ends. And she agrees. Because she'd rather be the mom than say they're Satan's kids.
Well, because a mother's love is the strongest love on earth.
Right. But that's what I mean.
It's hard to walk away from that.
Wanda ain't gonna give it up. So I don't know. Like I said, I could be totally wrong about those things, but yeah, it was a great episode. It was super fun. It was awesome. The fight was good. The acting is always good. It's so well written. Oh, and halfway through the credits, we get the brother. Quicksilver from the X-Men universe, being an undead keeper. If you're picking up my vampire knowledge, and essentially coming up to Monica Rambeau and saying Snooper's gonna snoop, and then an ending after Monica Rambeau rips open the cellar doors and sees the creepy
highway to hell.
Yeah, sees the highway to hell, and then we see Quicksilver tap her on the shoulder. Snooper's gonna snoop, and I'm assuming that he's just. I don't think that he's the actual Quicksilver. I think that this is a thing that Agnes has made up, and he may eventually be something, but right now I don't think that. I think that he's just a waltzing around thing that is keeping a perimeter on the house. I think he's just an Agnes lackey. I think he's just I
don't know what he is. That totally confused me. So.
Well, I don't think he's the actual one. I think he's like somebody that she has looking like Quicksilver, protecting her, being her little helper and keeping a lookout. Like I said, the undead keeper, like the living person vampires keep around to do their bidding during the day. Or
but I do think Vision is coming back. Or to make sure they don't get stabbed in the heart while they're sleeping in their coffins. Like, that's the undead keeper. Quicksilver was undead keeping the heck out of that But
perimeter.
I think he's going to do the magic touch to Wanda, and they're going to team up together.
Oh, I think eventually, like that's what I mean. I don't think.
Now, I don't know about your theory that he won't be able to stay with her, but you might have something there, because you know what? Because
you don't get to keep both.
You don't get to keep both, but also Vision has character. He's a noble character, and he may not be able to live with what had to be done in order for him and Wanda to have the relationship.
He's gonna
Wanda's right, and Wanda, she's right. You don't get to keep it all when you're the villain. So
no,
price?
The villain gets to keep it all. The good guy doesn't.
Well, Wanda's going to pay a price here.
If she chooses to. She don't have to. She could just keep controlling everybody in this town.
But she's not controlling everybody.
Right, but she thinks she is. Remember when Agnes puts the purple back into her head and she calms back down? It's because she put her right back under her spell.
Right.
So she's going to go about her day like nothing's wrong now.
Right, but when she realizes with the magic touch and gets herself back.
Oh, I think that she's fully
it's blowing open. It's blowing wide open.
I think she was 100% self-aware and thought, I'm the biggest bad here, until she ran into a bigger bad. She didn't care. She didn't care that she was hurting this town. She didn't care that she was hurting these people. Like I said, she chose to do this. We're going to find out how. We're going to find out what her deal with the devil was. We're going to find out what Agatha got out of her besides the children.
Or, right, did I don't know. I'm not convinced of that.
I think she made a deal. And they said, go get that carcass of your husband.
Well, she is controlling these people, and she does know that. So yeah.
And that's a problem, Mom.
Okay, that's a problem.
Right,
It is
that's all
a
I'm
problem.
saying. That's all I'm saying. Like, that's, villains do that. Villains do that, not good guys. And so it's like, just saying, man, you're gonna have to make you're gonna make some type of payment here. Is it gonna be Vision, or is it gonna be your kids? And I think she's gonna forget about the kids, and we're gonna keep Vision for a while, but it's not gonna be, I don't think she's gonna have a rock solid thing here. I don't know. This is, all I know is that this episode was great.
I need to see that next episode before I can say any more.
Yeah. No, the song was great. Oh my god, Agatha's so good. Oh my god, I love it. I love it so much. It's so good. Everybody should be watching WandaVision. It's amazing. It really is.
Fun.
But it is fun. But yeah, this was our first time in the new space. It wasn't perfect. We kind of just threw this together real quick, so hopefully you can hear us, because this took us a minute. And I was all tardy, and we were tired. But yeah.
And I was telling her, get home. I put makeup on and everything for this. Let's do it.
I know, that's why.
I got it all in my head.
I know. But yeah, no, we're really excited.
So thanks for joining. Thanks for listening. And hopefully you'll be back next week.
Hopefully we get these kids back.
Yeah. I'm worried about the kids.
I think that milk carton is a call out that we ain't getting them back.
They're gone. And you might get them back, but it ain't going to be, I don't think it'll be soon. But I think they'll play a role.
Maybe Vision will have to go stay the night.
I don't know.
Maybe we'll make a swapsies. Swapsies. Take my husband for the kids. I'm just saying.
Well, we'll see. I don't know.
Didn't you say in our first video this ain't Sophie's choice? And I was like, it is Sophie's choice. It's gonna be Sophie's choice. It's Rosemary's Baby. It's Sophie's choice. It's that Twilight Zone episode. All right. I'm Abby. This is my mom.
Amelia.
And we are Motor City Nerds. Remember to like, share, subscribe, and let us know what you think down in the comments, because me and Mom are debating. Oh, look at my Groggy. Hey, Groggy. Winston, you want to say bye? Winston.
No. Leave him alone.
Hey, boy.
Oh
my gosh. Handsome
Here
guy.
comes my boy.
Handsome guy. All right. Sign us off, Winston. Don't chew on Grogu.
All right, Win. There we are.
Winston.
Okay.
All right. Thanks, Win.